Hi, it's Liz here. Back today, it's Thursday. A 15-minute art drawing by this book from Jessica Smith. £16.99, Amazon. I'm sure it was reduced when I bought it. And it's got lots of easy drawing lessons. And we are working our way through and we are at number 20, Cat. So this is this week's project, and we will hopefully end up with a cat on the mat. And last week the water was spilled, so I have very carefully put it out of reach until we need it. I'm using this book. It's just a normal kind of drawing sketchbook. Again, Amazon. It doesn't have a name. But I decorated the front and the inside, and we are just doing one page per project. And to be honest, I think the journal itself is actually turning out quite good, I think, with the stamping and adding a little bit of washi to each page, and sometimes an extra wee bit of a stamp. And yeah, I added a little stamped cat to that one. Oh, and it's a cat this week that we're doing. Yeah, that was last week's, the house. I had another wee go at sketching, but just quickly with a wee pencil. I don't know if it was any better than my original one, but I wanted another wee go at it. So, here we are on a nice new page, and we will just lift this over. And I've got my pencil, my brush and my fine liner pen all good to go, because I'll be using my Kuretake pens to colour in as normal. Right, let's just make sure that you're about in the right place, maybe up a little bit. There we go. Okay, so for our first animal, I decided to go for a cat. I designed the body with simple shapes, so this is a great project to begin with. Yeah, because I think we're going to have a spell of animals. So antelope next. Let's see what other animals there are. Oh, a dog. Looks like a Dalmatian. So a dog, and a tropical bird. Oh, that looks fancy. A fish, a snake, a seal. Oh yeah, there's quite a lot of animals. Leopard. Oh, octopus. Chicken. Right, so whale. Oh yeah, a whole set. Lizard. Tiger, bear, yeah, so, and bumblebees. Oh, they'll be easy, but then maybe we do the flower as well, of course. Yeah, and then you could put some of them all together and make, yeah, so that takes us all the way up to 34, the animals. My goodness, and how many are there again? Because I think this will take, 50. So that's about a year's worth, because we're doing it once a week. And we've missed out the odd week. No, I don't mean we've missed out the projects. I've been missing in action for a couple of the weeks. So yeah, and here we are at number 20. So we're almost halfway through. It's another 6. And we're at 26 weeks, halfway through. Can you imagine? That's gone quick, hasn't it? Right, enough of my whittling on. Step 1, sketch out the cat shape with a really simplified rounded mound shape for the body and head. Add a tail at the bottom and 2 triangular ears. Alternatively, trace the template on 232. No, I think we've never traced a template yet, and they're quite small. I like to do them a wee bit bigger. Okay, so let's see what we can start with. I think just this straight line and that straight line. We'll just go for it. So let's do a straight line there and a straight line. I always try, my book's at an angle and I always seem to do things not quite straight. That's the straight. I mean, I'm sure a pussycat isn't straight anyway. Right, so if we say her head, is it a her cat or a him cat? If we say her head is about here, then that's that line there, so that I know that the body has to come up and round to make a tail. And then this bit here comes up and round to join on there. Okay, and then a little bit across. So no, let's do the ears. So an ear there, an ear there. A bit over, a bit down like that. I'm way too far down. I'll make his wee, or her wee triangle nose further up. Because we have to get that wee smiley bit in. Like that. Okay. And then two wee eyes and some whiskers. Ah. Okay. It's a very fat cat. Right. Okay, with that, I think the tail could maybe just be a little bit broader at that bit. It just seemed a little bit out of proportion there. Yeah, that seems better. Right, I decided to colour my cat in pink. That is the joy of illustration. You don't need to use a lifelike colour and can have lots of fun with it. Consider your drawing before colouring it all in, so some portions are left blank for adding small details later. I used a pink marker pen, leaving white spaces for the tip of the tail and inside of the ears and the nose area on the face. Right, okay, so we're going to colour this in. Right, now I am going to move the water over to there and try not to spill it. I've got my little bit of napkin, my plastic palette. These come in a pad, very handy. And again, at Amazon, but any art shop, although in fact this might have been the art shop. Oh, excuse me. Now I'm going to make my cat an orange cat because my late granny had an orange cat. So that's what I'm going to do. And just, so these are Zig Clean Colour Real Brush Kuretake. They're water-based, which means you can do this and add water. And then just make sure you've got a nice colour on the side there. Yep, a little bit watery. That's better. So, and I'm just going to do, yeah, what she suggests, and leave that nose bit and those ears white. And we can just go for it. Of course, a cat would be kind of mottled anyway, wouldn't it? So the fact that we are getting kind of mottled, watercolory type effect there is pretty good. Right, let's just tidy up this bit a little bit. Okay, and then the tops of the ears got done. There. Right. Okay, before I turn the page, let's move the water out of the way, because that's what happened last week when I'm just going to clean my brush, reach over to it, rather than bring the water back. Okay, step 3. Next, take a blue marker pen and add the shadows. Draw a horizontal line down the side of the head to separate it from the body. You can also draw the back leg and foot here to give the cat some shape. To do this, simply add 2 small mounds, one for the leg and one for the foot, and then that line there. I'm just going to use my pencil because I don't want to do that in the blue pencil. I'm just going to do that with my fine liner pen at the end. So we'll just do it in pencil just now. So we've already got that kind of line there. And then a line from about here round to about there. So that's his leg, and then we've got his foot. Right, okay. Now add details to the cat's face. Use dark grey to add the whiskers, mouth, eyes and claws. Then take a pink pen and inside the ears and nose. Make sure the pencil is sharp, so there. Right, and again, I'm going to just use my black. Right, we might as well do, because what's next? Right. Those kind of texture to the body. This could be striped spots or a nice fluffy texture. I used a darker pink coloured pencil. Excuse me. I just need a wee drink of my juice. I had a cold, I don't know, about 4 weeks ago. And for some reason it's just left me with a tickly cough. I think that's quite common with some of these colds you get now. Right, well before we do that, I'm going to do the pink inside the ears and the nose. So let's see what pink we can use. Here's a nice kind of dusky pink. Right, so I'll carefully get the water back over. Yeah. Okay, or maybe maybe we'll just do it straight from the pen. Let's move the water back out the way, and we will do these little tiny bits because it's a tiny little nose, and then the little insides of the ears. Yes, that's better because those brushes have got a nice little brush point. I think I have made his eyes, because the eyes on this are just little dots, but were they drawn as bigger eyes? See, she's drawn them as circles there, and yet it's just dots here. And that's why I've drawn circles. But let's see if we can just get rid of those circles, and we'll just put in 2 dots. Right, I'm going to go in with my pen now. Now, she's left, oh, and I didn't leave the tip of his tail white. But you know, I'm not going to fuss. I'll just make the tip of his tail a wee darker orange. And that's what I'm going to do with that bit as well, because she's just left it white and it just looks like there's a bit missing. So I'm going to go and do his nose a darker orange. And you know, I'm going to add a little bit of darker orange to there as well. And we can just merge that in with a little bit of water. And that makes his legs stand out. Do you not think? Maybe? Okay. Right. Let's move that out the way. And we will use our Kuretake. This is just a fine nib black Zig Millennium it is. It's a 05. And we will do 2 little dots. His nose. Just go round. Just kind of loosely. Kind of like, not especially maybe loosely, maybe kind of sketchy. Oops. There. What do we think? I think that's all right. Actually, he looks a fun cat, doesn't he? He looks a bit of fun. Just do this bit over here. There we are. And of course, he needs to be sitting on something. So we'll just get the grey pen. Cool Grey 2. And I'll just use it straight from the pen, because we can't have them just floating in midair. So he's sitting on something and his tail's hanging over it. He's sitting on the table. He's just knocked over something from the table, because that's what cats do, isn't it? They knock stuff over. Now, do we want to do these loops? Whatever. I don't know what she's called them. Fluffy texture, scruffy looking marks to make the cat look as if it's some long fluffy fur. Do we want to do that? Would that work? If I try it on this, because that's kind of equal to that. I don't know. I don't know if I do. I think I'm happy just leaving him like that. He's already got a bit of texture on his fur. I think we'll leave it at that. So, here we are. Cat in the book and cat in the sketchbook. Yeah, quite happy with that. So, next week, antelope. Oh well, we'll see how that goes next week. So, let me just show you. Yeah, what do you think? I'm okay with that. We'll maybe need to think of a name for him, and we'll stamp out the name. Cat on the mat. Right, thanks for joining me today. If you've enjoyed the video, a thumbs up would be great, and I'll see you next time. Bye for now.